Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I don't know if you heard, but Fire Emblem Engage is a thing that just got announced. And so I've watched the trailer a couple of times, and I want to walk through it and go over some things that maybe you might have missed. For example, if you did not watch the trailer. Or, you know, maybe you were just so dumbfounded when it first came out, like myself, that you missed some things that maybe a couple rewatches caused you to revisit in a way. Either way, let's dive right in. I don't expect this to be a very long video, but it's fun, and new Fire Emblem is hype.
We live on the continent of Elios.
All right, so the continent is called Elios, right? The thing that you probably care more about, Shadow Dragon, Gaiden, Genealogy, Thracia, Binding Blade, Blazing Blade, Sacred Stones, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, Awakening. You see where I'm going here? You see where I'm going here? Yeah, Fates, Three Houses. They have a lord from all of the games. Not Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Or Fire Emblem Heroes. But they have a lord represented from each of the games, which is kind of a big deal. So that's probably the first thing to note. Also, the aesthetic feels very similar to the in-between of chapters in Three Houses. So I'll leave that there. There's also a black dragon, which appears to be the Fell Dragon, and then a white dragon, which I'm assuming is part of the Divine Dragon. We have some, what I'm assuming are like some Grima looking eyes over here, you know? So just some general stuff. All right. That's kind of setting the tone, if you will, or the theme or the background for the actual game.
Four realms surrounding a holy land at its center. 1,000 years ago,
Kind of like the
endured a vicious war.
kind of like the monastery being in the middle of three continents. Interesting. Yeah. Right. Some parallels, right? Some parallels. Definitely some parallels to Three Houses here, and also a very, you know, Fell Dragon theme, you know, feels very Awakening. Awakening, of course, in its anniversary, so probably taking some little tidbits from that.
With the Fell Dragon, we called upon heroes from other worlds to aid us.
Called upon heroes from other worlds to aid them. I wonder where they got that concept from. It's very similar to Fire Emblem Heroes, which is the long-standing mobile game now in its 6th year, I think. For Nintendo and Intelligent Systems. So it seems almost as though they took the concept, the core element of Fire Emblem Heroes, and kind of put it into a mainline game. Also, you'll note now that we have a close-up of these guys, right? The lords from each of the games. They're all wearing rings, right? They explain that part later in the trailer.
Heroes known as emblems. With them, the warriors of our...
Okay, so the heroes are called emblems. Interesting. So in every Fire Emblem game, there is a Fire Emblem. Evidently, the Fire Emblem in this game are, in fact, the heroes themselves, or perhaps the rings that they wear that create the bond. You'll note that Lucina here is wearing what her Fey alt is for Legendary, which I believe is from Awakening. But she has a bow, which I believe first time she used a bow was in Fire Emblem Warriors, but her legendary version uses a bow. So this is basically legendary Lucina, okay, with a Marth mask on, which Marth is right here, kind of awkward. He's like, hey, what? Also, Erica is straight up murdering some dude over here. Yeah, that's Erica Sacred Stones murdering someone. Wow, that's crazy. We also see Ike here, which we'll touch on him. Why not? He is wearing his Brave outfit, his Grail outfit from Fire Emblem Heroes. Wild. Also, Micaiah is shooting fireballs, not light or lightning. Weird. Lynn is also, like, straight up no mercying someone as well. Erica and Lynn, very violent. Didn't quite see that coming. But here we are.
In the end,
Also, Yoon. Yoon is here too. Just want to point that out. Yoon is also here. So, very cool, very pog.
We were victorious in defeating and imprisoning the Fell Dragon. In the years since, our world has been safe. But now, I sense a resurrection. The binding weakens.
Okay. This is our big bad. Okay, this is the Fell Dragon, as it were, right? Nothing else to really comment on that. Man's got a very Chad jawline. So, you know, props to him. This is our first shot of the Protag, who has dual hair colors. And I'm pretty confident that this here, well, this may in fact be a Falchion reincarnation, but I'm fairly confident that this here is the newest, if you will, princess of the Divine Dragons. So think your Tiki archetype, right? I'm fairly confident that's who she is. She's that white dragon that we saw. She is probably the princess of the Divine Dragon tribe. We are also from the Divine Dragon tribe, but we learn that in a minute. I don't want to skip around too much. Twirling Slash, we love that. He has fire. Ooh. She spins. He has a lance. She has magic. And then there's rings. So again, the rings are used to summon. Like orbs. Curious? Not if you played Fire Emblem Heroes. This is the title card. This isn't really that big a deal, but I just want to make a note. I don't love the font. I'm not big on the Engage font. Anybody else? No? Just me? I've been with my wife too long. She's a big font nerd. And so now I feel I have to critique every font. Anyway, moving on.
You're awake. Huh? You're really awake, yeah?
So here we find out we've been asleep for 1,000 years. Crazy. Burp. Burp, burp. These guys appear to be enemies. Based on their red glowy veiny things, and also the fact that they have a head that looks like the Fell Dragon a little bit. I'm assuming that they're humans or some sort of incarnation that is possessed by the Fell Dragon. Just a guess. Just a hunch.
What are those horrible things?
The gameplay here is also very similar.
You are a divine dragon. A royal family.
Very, very similar to Three Houses. Also, it's not an incarnation of Falchion. I literally just saw Liberation. So there's that. But yeah, the combat looks very... This is Chloe. Chloe is probably the gal in Fire Emblem Engage that I will probably stand the most. Because she has Eldest White Wing energy. So, look, Chloe. Cool slim lance. We love that. Going up against a hammer. That's bold.
The ring. Marth, right.
We equip rings, evidently. To pair up, if you will.
Leave it to me.
Pair up.
It is rather quiet, I know.
And then there's some scenery in here that is basically akin to like a monastery type setting.
The time has come.
So.
As one, Emblem Engage.
Engage. Yes. You saw that right. Yes. Correct. Correct. Yes. Okay. The rings, when in engage mode, evidently enable some sort of fusion between your character and their emblem partner. So here it would be our protagonist and Marth. Nothing to comment on that really. It does feel oddly akin to a certain game that nobody wants to talk about in the Fire Emblem sphere because it's not a real Fire Emblem game. But for what it's worth, we seem to have some sort of pair-up mechanic as well as a fusion, which evidently lets us go Super Saiyan and very glowy. So you can see that when they're in engage form, okay, there is no pair-up anymore. So they have in fact fused. There's no Marth standing behind our protagonist here. They are one and very glowy. Did I mention that they're glowy? That's the important part.
One strike will decide it all.
So this would be the Sigurd fusion, right?
Please grant me your strength.
This is going to be a Silica fusion. Celine and Silica, right? There you go. Kind of has a Silica outfit now. She's pastel. So there's that.
Ask me to gather all of the rings and bring peace back to Elios.
That's a big dragon. Whoa, that's crazy. They're opening some kind of door. I don't really know what that's for. And then we have our title card here. And then that's pretty much it. So breaking that down, it does seem like it's very heavily inspired from both Heroes and Three Houses. There are pair-up mechanics that have existed in multiple games. And summoning characters into the game isn't necessarily a concept exclusive to Heroes, right? We've been able to do that with Amiibo and stuff for the last several games. But it does... the summoning portion with Amiibo didn't really feel integral, I guess, to the game process. So here it almost feels like it's the core mechanic. In other games with the Amiibo editions, it kind of felt more of just like an add-on bonus, right? Even with DLC where characters get dropped in. That was extra, obviously, right? DLC. This appears to be a core function of the game, and the only thing that makes me a teeny bit nervous is if the character roster is locked, right? Like it might be in a Warriors game, or if you have to like roll for characters. I would be okay if they introduced more through DLC, but I really would like a solid core roster to be able to, you know, explore and utilize initially, right? But that's the only thing that gets me a little twingy, okay? Is because, you know, look, gacha gaming and stuff has been really big in the last couple of years. Nintendo knows that they can make a buttload of money on it, even though they say outwardly, like, don't spend money on our mobile games. It's not like they don't want you to. They do. That's business. That's how that works. But yeah, I think it's a cool concept. I'm excited to see more. Obviously, we don't know a whole lot about it, other than the fact that it is dropping in January. Mid-January. So they're missing the holiday season, kind of. And I didn't see anything else during the Direct that was coming out in January. A lot of it was earlier or like later this year, or a couple games are coming out in February, I think. There's some stuff for early 2023, which usually means like spring, when they don't give a title or a date to something like that. But there you go. That is pretty much all of my thoughts directly related to this, breaking down the only single trailer that we have right now. I'm excited to see where it goes. I will definitely be covering this game during I mean, we got what, like 4 months of information coming yet. So, you know, be sure to come back for that, because I will be covering it for sure. If it's Fire Emblem, I'm on it, obviously. But that is it for now. So I hope you found this helpful, or maybe you spotted some things that I missed. Let me know what that is in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of those things that help me grow and let Susan know that you like me. Bigger number, better person. But that is it for now. So thanks again, and until then, I will catch you next time.